Okay, hi everybody again. I thought I was going to introduce my brother. He unfortunately is not going to be coming up here and speaking. He's not able to do it. He's just too upset. So, I would like to let you guys know if anybody would like to come up and speak. If you have a memory of Joe you would like to share, please come up to the microphone. I haven't seen her. Mom, did you see Miley? Okay. So, if you have some memories and would like to come up, go ahead. Thank you for coming. Okay. I guess I'll go first. Okay. So, I want to go ahead and share a story of mine. It's very brief. I remember Grandpa. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. So Grandpa and I, the year that I graduated, 2017, after he got his Corvette, we took it cross country, and I remember I was asleep and he was driving, and I don't remember what city we were in, but he pulled over, and I thought something was wrong with the car. No, he was getting a ticket. And I said, Grandpa, how fast were you going? He said, well, it's a Sunday morning in the Bible Belt, so nobody's going to ticket me. And he gets a ticket. So I said, okay, Grandpa, let me drive now. And we made it in one piece. So.
Yeah, that's great. Casey,
Thank you.
stay up here with me.
Okay.
Casey, as part of the memories I have, I'm Norm Credit, part of the Orange County Model A Ford Club. And Joe and Casey were part of that. Their grandpa was. And my first memories is that green Phaeton with Esther in the front seat, the dog in the back, and Casey in the back, and Joe driving. So I thought that was a really neat car. And then he went and painted it purple. And I'm on the traditional side. And this car was no longer what you'd call a specimen of a 31 Phaeton two-door.
Yep.
But I was impressed when I got to talk to Joe why he painted it purple. I mean, here he's part of 170 members of the Orange County Club, and these guys are restoring them, making them like new. And here he has a purple Model A. But then I came to respect his reason, because it was Esther's idea and her colors that went on that Model A. And let me tell you, for him to drive that around in public, representing the Model A Ford Club of Orange County, it's almost an embarrassment to everybody in Southern California. But it was a beautiful thing to express love for his wife and for Casey, and how he handled that car out of love above cars, which really meant something to me to see.
Yeah.
So that's how I remember your grandpa.
Yep. Thank you. Okay, so if anybody else wants to come up and share some memories, go ahead. Uh-oh. Here comes the president.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, my name is Louise Hall. I am the president of the Orange County Model A4 Club. Yes, they were desperate. But I'm proud to be that. It's a great club, and Joe was such an integral part. Joe shared with us his talent of numbers. He was treasurer when we first started. Rick and I started coming again. He has done audits for us for years. He shared that with us generously. He was a generous man. He shared his knowledge of trains, cars. He shared jokes with us. He had the greatest laugh. We will miss Joe very much, all of us at the Model A Club. And as you can see, there's quite a few of us here honoring him. So if all of you would just, let's see how many of you are here today. And I know there are others that would have liked to have been here. So just stand up for a minute, you guys and gals. And we miss Esther terribly too, of course. Yeah, so we honor him and we will miss him. But Casey, you are still a member, and we expect you to be at the meeting tomorrow night.
I will be there. Yeah. What? Last? Okay, if anybody else would like to come up. Randy, thank you.
Familiar spot. My name's Randy Notko, and most of you don't know me today. And that's, if you ask the people that do know me, they'll tell you that's a good thing. Joe, I'm the president of the Forest Gardens Homeowners Association. Joe, for the last 2 years, was our treasurer, and I think about 5 years ago, he was also our treasurer. He was a great guy, and I loved Mohawk. Joe would walk him probably, it seemed like every hour. And I conducted more business with Joe on the side of the road. I never had to call him because I'd see him with Mohawk and I'd get all our business done. But he just really was a great man. And the HOA will miss him, and I personally will miss him. And you can tell exactly what type of person he was by all the people that are here to remember him today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm John Carson. I'm the commander for the Veterans of Foreign Wars in Mission Viejo. Joe is a member for quite a few years, and he was a quartermaster, and he was a very valuable person for all that followed him. They kept him in line. They had questions. They always went to Joe. Joe had that crazy laugh. You tell a joke, and he would laugh, and is really infectious. Joe also had a good sense of humor. My first Buddy Poppy campaign, what the VFW hands out Buddy Poppies and collects donations so we can help veterans in needs. I worked with Joe. Joe said, I'll show you the ropes. And we were down in Laguna Niguel, and he says, when I was in the Air Force, I used to work in doing tensile strength, and I still do it to this day. I said, what do you mean? He says, just wait, you'll see. Sure enough, here goes some ladies coming by. They just finished a yoga class. And he says, look at the tensile strength. He says, there's two things that never tell lies: kids and yoga pants. Joe also had a Corvette. I'm a member of the Corvettes of SoCal, and so Joe and I just started telling Corvette stories and found out he had a Model A, and we started kind of kibitzing about the difference between Chevys and Fords. And Joe said, 95% of the Fords are still on the road today. The rest of them made it home. So anyway, Joel, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss that little laugh you had, the smile, the help. And Joe was a true friend to everybody. It wasn't anybody that he didn't meet and to. Every time I saw Joe, I just said, Joe, get a haircut. But he says, no. And I do have the answer as to why his Model A was purple. He said, if you ever go to a Model A convention or a Model A event, there's 100 Model A's in the parking lot. How do you find yours? I just look for the purple one. So anyway, have a good day, and please remember Joe.
So if there's anybody else that wants to come up. You normally do that when you get in front of the microphone.
Put your lips right on that microphone. There you go.
I'm Richard, and I'm in the Model A Club. And Joe's going to join the club, and we're of a similar age. And we got along well. And I started to call him Colonel. And he said, well, I was in the military. I was never a colonel. Well, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking of Colonel Sanders. And he kind of got a kick out of that. And we joked back and forth different times. And like I say, I'm not really prepared, so I don't have too much more to say. But I really felt a change in him after Esther died. And his granddaughter took over, and they were buddies. And they went all over and even went and bought one of those darn Corvettes. We'll all miss him, and this is a very good send-off.
Thank you.
All right, made it.
Step right up there, you can.
It's tough on an old
There
man.
you go. You want that up there?
No, I don't need that. Woo!
Just lean on that
I
sucker.
will. I'm
There you
gonna
go.
lay on this thing.
Not too much, though.
Yeah.
It's not steady. There you go.
Hi, my name is Ed Rice, and I'm with the 6024 Post. And I wanted to tell you just a little story about Joe. I spent 6.5 months in the Long Beach VA hospital. They were putting knee after knee after knee in my leg, and it just wasn't working. And but Joe and some of the other guys, when they would come down to the hospital to see the spinal cord injury guys and have a barbecue or whatever it might be at that time. Anyway, they would come over and see me in the hospital. And one day Joe was with them, and most of them had already left. And Joe, he says, Ed, what are you gonna need when you get out of here? And because I had a 3-foot titanium rod they put in my leg from my hip down to my ankle. And that's why I couldn't get up here. A straight leg is pretty tough. Anyway, I said, I don't know, Joe. I'm going to need a few things, but most of them the hospital will give me. he says, well, whatever you think. And I said, I don't know. I said, I'm probably going to buy myself a scooter. He says, that's a good idea. You go out and find yourself a scooter and you just give me the bill and the post will pay for it. And I said, well, that's awful nice, Joe, but I don't have a lift on my truck or my car or anything like that. He says, buy it all, just get it all. So I went out, got the lift on the car, got the lift for the scooter, bought the scooter, and I went back and I said, here you go, Joe. I said, it's a little high, I'm sorry. And he looked at it and he goes, $6,100 isn't too high. So I thought it was quite high myself. But anyway, that's how Joe was. He was just so nice, and he was such a great guy. And I'm really gonna miss him because we talked quite a bit too and did some other things with our post. You know, when we had barbecues down at the VA, him being on the cooking the hamburgers and all the rest of the things we had. But he was just a lot of fun. He was really nice, and I appreciate what he did for me so much because I can't go to the VA or I can't go to Home Depot. I can't go to Costco. I can't go anywhere without that scooter or one of their scooters. So I just wanted to share that with you because it was such a nice thing that he did for me. And I just wanted to kind of let you know. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, now I get down.
Not yourself.
Should I jump?
Why don't you take a step down?
I think I will go down. Oh, there we go. All right, I got it now.
You got it.
Yeah, lower for me, I'm sure.
No, you're right there, you're good.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm Joni. I'm the middle daughter, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Most of you know that my dad and I had I didn't think I was going to cry. We had a bookkeeping and tax practice that we started together in '83, and so we've had it for many, many years. But the story I want to tell today is one I remember, actually two of them as a kid. We were in Kentucky. This was the last place that he was in the service. He spent 7 years in Kentucky. And he had a 66 Corvette, light blue with the fastback, I think is what you call it. I don't know. As a young kid, I don't remember that much about cars, but I do remember it was a Corvette. And we were driving from Richmond to Berea, and it was raining out. And there was this person alongside the road, this young kid walking with crutches and missing the bottom half of his left leg. And we're in a Corvette that holds two people. My dad pulls up to him and says, "Soldier, do you need a lift?" And he goes, "That would be nice, sir, but I can see your car's full. Get in the back." I said, "What back?" "Curl yourself into the back, into that little corner." So I was about 7 at the time and a lot smaller than I am now. So I was able to do that. So I curled myself into a little ball, and he asked the guy where he lived, and he told him it was about 2 hours away. And he says, "If you can just drive me nearby, my family doesn't have the money to come and get me, and the Army left me in Lexington." My dad says, "You've been walking since Lexington?" And he goes, "Yeah, a day and a half." My dad says, "I'm taking you all the way home, soldier." And he did. He drove him all the way home. And I just remember things like that. When it came to anybody in the military, he'd just bend over backwards to help them. And he was still in the service at the time. The next story is about his next Corvette. Oh, well, so that Corvette, I have to tell the story, it bit the dust. He wrecked it. He flipped it. So some of you have seen that he walks. He had a broken neck. That was the car he hit black ice on and rolled the Corvette and lost that one. So he bought himself a new Corvette. This one's now a 65 dark blue with a white convertible top. Loved that Corvette. He got that in about 70 or 69, 70. One summer living in Berea, the local radio station had a contest. Name the horse and win it. Guess who entered the contest? Me. Guess who won the contest? Me. So my mom has to call my dad, who is now over in Laos. Oh, no, he wasn't there. They were never in Laos. I'm sorry. He was over in Vietnam, Korea, somewhere over there. And so she has to call him. And it's one of those talks where you say something and then you say stop. And then the person at the other end talks. And so she's going, selling Corvette, stop. Why? Stop. Joni has a pony, stop. Okay, what's that have to do with my Corvette? Stop. Need something bigger to haul hay, stop. You have a Cadillac with a big trunk, Esther, stop. Hay's not going in the trunk of my car. So what does she do? She sells his 65 Corvette and bought some kind of piece of Ford truck that she could barely shift to get it places, but that way she could haul hay to my horse, my pony that was out at some land that a friend had that he let us put it out there. And I just remember thinking when he comes home, he's going to hate me because she sold his Corvette to buy this truck. But of course, he didn't. He was happy that I had the pony and would go with me when he got home to take salt, hay, things out to, visit the pony, ride the pony. So I just remember that's how he got rid of his first two Corvettes. So his second one, of course, he traded in. That was the 2017. He traded that in last February, and he got a 21. Has anybody seen it?
No, I haven't even seen it.
We haven't seen it either. For over a year, it's still getting repaired. They're blaming COVID on getting parts, but it's kind of been bad. One day, and he took his eyes off the road, hit a car, and that was it. Had it less than 24 hours. So we're still waiting. So if you see a red Corvette, mid-engine, brand new driving out there, convertible, it may be his, let me know, because we're still looking for it. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, and we really appreciate you turning out and taking your Sunday afternoon to spend with us. Thank you.
Okay, let's try this again. Hi, everybody. I'm Kyle. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no, that's not the right name. I'm Casey. Thank you for coming today to celebrate Grandpa Joe. My family and I really appreciate you guys coming out here. And I know that the people listening, Grandpa's brother, Tom, and Grandpa's sister, Sally, and anyone else that may be listening, family back in Ohio, family in Florida, thank you for listening. I'd like to thank the Model A Club for coming out. I also would like to thank the Corvette Club and as well as the VFW. Thank you guys all for coming out. And I would like to give a special thank you to the Honor Guard for being here to help us celebrate Joe's life. And as well as really close friends of ours, people that knew Grandpa through anything. My mom, Joni, my Aunt Lori, my Aunt Terry and I really appreciate you guys being out here. As you can see, I'm not prepared. I was not supposed to be up here. My brother was supposed to be up here, and he is not able to do this. He did not want to come up here today. He's just outside. He's not doing too well. So, Grandpa had wide range scale of accomplishments, and they go with he got kicked out of 3 high schools. And he received a Bronze Star. And he did finish college with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting and many other military awards, the Emeritus Service Award. Other accomplishment, he was a certified financial planner and an enrolled agent. He did open a practice with my mom, and they ran it together for many years. And one of his accomplishments, one of the many, many, many ones, was marrying my grandma Esther, meeting her, and having the 3 kids. Grandpa did spend 20 years in the Air Force. He did tours in Korea and Vietnam. When he retired from the Air Force in 1974, he went to college, got a degree, and of course, this did happen way before I met him, so I didn't know how he acted back then. Who knows what could have happened? When they moved out here, they moved everywhere. Grandpa was stationed in San Juan, he was stationed in Watertown, New York. He was stationed in Berea, Kentucky. Edwards Air Force Base. In San Juan, he did have 2 kids, my mom, Joni, and Terry, my aunt. They were born same day, 1 year apart. Grandpa always said, why did they have to be born on the same day? They are not alike at all. They couldn't be much different than anybody else. They do not get along. When they did move back here, they did settle down in Mission Viejo. They moved back here. They lived in Arcadia. They moved down to Mission Viejo, and then he did retire, and they moved here. And that was their life.
Was that Lori?
Oh, yeah. They had Lori too. She was born in Watertown, New York. And they had to leave that because Mom got pneumonia all the time, and it snows September through May. So all the time. So at this time, if anybody else wants to share any other memories, please come up here. Thank you.
This is what the 13 folds mean. The first fold of the flag is a symbol of life. The second fold signifies our belief in eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and tribute of the veterans departing our ranks and who gave a portion of his or her life for the defense of our country to attain peace. The fourth fold exemplifies our weaker nature as citizens trusting in God. It is to him we turn for his divine guidance. The fifth fold is an acknowledgement to our country. For in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, in dealing with other countries, may she always be right. But it is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold, for where our hearts lie. It is with our hearts that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all enemies. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor our mother, for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is an honor to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion, and that the character of men and women who have made this country great have been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since he or she was first born. The 11th fold in the eyes of Hebrew citizens represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold in the eyes of a Christian citizen represents an emblem of the eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The last fold, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our national motto, "In God we trust."
All of you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
How you doing?